I thought it was a really good day from a preparation standpoint, meetings. I thought those guys were focused, they concentrated, uh, had a really good day at practice. So hopefully we carry it over to tomorrow and finish out the week with a good day and go from there. Any questions?
Were Denzel and Greedy able to do a little bit more today?
They did. They did a little bit more. Took a couple plays in the first period of practice, and we'll see how they, respond to that.
With the bye coming up, would you take an even more cautious approach with them?
I think when they're ready to play, they'll play. But we definitely factor in that the bye is coming up. But we're trying to put our best foot forward this week and do what we can this week to compete at a high level.
How about Higgins? Was he full again today?
He was, and he did a little bit more today. Higgins looked better. We'll see where we're at the end of the week. Some of these things you have to just see how they are, the next day, and see how they respond to what they did today from a physical standpoint.
You seen him get closer to looking like his normal self, though?
I do, yeah. You guys are quiet today.
What have you seen from Baker this week, just in terms of on the field sharpness, and then also, just demeanor in terms of sense of urgency and that sort of thing?
Well, I think I think Baker brings that to the field every day, every week. I don't think anything's changed from that nature, but yeah, I think it's that way every week.
You talked about an ultra high sense of urgency in this game. Now, of course, I know you want to win every game, but I mean, is there a danger of putting so much emphasis on one game, because then what happens if it doesn't go well?
Well, we try to put emphasis on every game. You just said it. We want to win every game. We want to go out and perform our best, and not let the score dictate on how we're preparing, how we're playing. Everything remains constant. Continue to strive to get better. Make advancements in different areas of each week, and go from there.
Can you change much during even a short week like this, or fix too much during a short week, or do you kind of have to wait until you get to the bye week and sort of reevaluate a bunch of stuff?
Well, depending on what it is. I mean, if you start talking about putting in a bunch of new plays and stuff, no, we don't do that, and we're just trying to execute better and coach better. So, not from addition standpoint and stuff like that. No.
Steve Wilkes was in here and he blamed himself for the defense's performance against the Niners, and said it was embarrassing. What gives you confidence that it'll be able to bounce back and stop the run after giving up 275?
I've got total confidence in our defensive staff, just like I've got total confidence in our offensive staff. And I've got confidence in our defensive players and offensive players that will rectify those problems. We understand what presented the problems, but this is a new set of problems this week. We're worried about this week. We realize the mistakes and we get better from those, and we move forward. And I have total confidence. I don't have any doubt that we'll get better from it.
You talked about Russell Wilson a lot, but Carson, what makes him dangerous as a runner?
Well, Chris is very versatile. He can flex out. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's got great hands, got great vision, great balance. He's an overall good player. I loved him when he came out. So he's a tough guy, good size, good speed. He's a really all-around good back.
Freddie, when Pete Carroll was on the line yesterday, just from the standpoint, he's a long-timer coaching against a first-timer in head coaching. But the question to him was, he's had a few times when he was a first-time head coach, and the question was, how tough was it for you, for Carroll, when he was starting up? He said it was tough. He said you'd have to sell your message and hope that you have the belief of the people in your building and that sort of thing. But at this point, What have you found to be the most difficult aspect or most notable aspect, if not difficult, about being the first-year guy?
Well, I think I learned something a long time ago in this league. It's truly a week-to-week league. You know, you can't, you win, you move on to the next week. It's just the next game. So as far as me personally, I probably had to put that into action a little more, you know, being in the position I'm in now. But, yeah, I mean, it's you know, we try to put our best foot forward every week, and always try to remain constant on how we approach the day. So the score doesn't dictate on how I play. I just try to play the best I can on each and every play. And that's the way I try to coach, is I coach the best I can today. And then I'll wake up in the morning and I'll do it again tomorrow. That's the way I've always approached it. And then whatever the result is has to stay there. It can't move into the next week. And I think our guys have done a good job of not allowing that to happen.
Freddie, you said over the summer a number of times that the defensive line was the strength of this team. Have they lived up to your expectations so far?
I want them to be the best version of themselves, whatever that is. I don't want to set limits on how good. I don't want to say we've met the challenge up front or anything like that, or we've. I just want them to be the best they can each and every week. If you put a measuring stick out there and you reach that measuring stick, but you still underachieved, did you do enough? I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. So I just want them to be the best that they can be. So I don't know what that is yet. As long as I know I'm getting the best from them, that's all I want.
Do you feel like they have been a strength, though, at least even if they aren't?
I think we've shown flashes up front that we've been very good. You know, I think we can continue to try to get better, just like every other position, though.
I want to ask you a question that deals with strategy or game plan, but this kind of teeters into that area. We've asked you a lot about Baker Mayfield timing, getting the ball out early, quick hitters, and stuff like that. With some of the problems that you've had on that side of the ball, is it maybe even more important to stress those quick hitters to him, to take those instead of maybe trying to hit the home run balls down the field?
Well, the answer to that question is I'm not really going to answer the question, but I'll say this, that in this league, if you don't get explosive plays, it's hard to win, okay? Now, you have to be efficient also in what you do when you throw the ball in other areas of the field. So just a general philosophy is be consistent, be very methodical in your passing game, and you've got to hit explosive plays, whether it be in the run game or pass game. And that's how you're successful in this league, because defenses in this league are pretty good. They're pretty athletic. So in general, and Seattle is right there with all the best, you know. So to say that you're going to string together 5 14-play drives is, you know, is very unreasonable to say. So you better hit some chunk plays if you want to be successful.
Freddie, you guys have had sold-out stadiums, and obviously the crowd, you know, is into it. The energy's there. How important is it to get that win, to capitalize on that, to actually establish a home field advantage?
Well, our fans do a great job of establishing that home field advantage for us. We're the ones that have to go out and play well, coach well. So yeah, I mean, of course it's important. We want to win our home games, you know. We want to win our home games. We want to go on the road and win some games, and that's how you compete for the division, which ultimately gets you a chance to get to where you want to go.
Freddie, after the game in San Francisco, you kind of faulted yourself for giving Callaway too much or putting him in position not to be successful. He had the long layoff. Now, if Higgins is activated, do you think that problem does not exist with him, a similar problem?
I think it was, I don't know how to answer that. Yes and no in certain areas. Some of the things we were asking Antonio to do, you know, I'll take full responsibility for that. I'll leave it at that. As far as Higgins goes, Higgins has been around. He's been on the field. He's been, you you know, I have total confidence in both those guys. It's just, you know, I don't know. I would have treated it differently last week with Antonio, but at the end of the day, he'd have been in there on the play that you're probably talking about. He'd have been in there for that one anyway. So, you know, you always go back and see, judge yourself in those instances when it's negative, right? Nobody does it when they're positive. Well, I try to do it when it's a positive and a negative to see if I'd have done anything differently in every area.
I guess I was meaning, he's been around even, you know, a lot more than Callaway, and he's been
Yeah, he has.
actively involved.
He has been, and he's played more football over his career. So, but that's, you know, those are all questions like, you know, would we be asking that if he'd have caught that ball? No. So
There were a number of times he had to help where
he had to
needed
be, yeah, and that's where it falls on me. I was asking him to do too much. I wasn't asking him to do too much from a physical standpoint. I was asking him to do too much as far as, you know, those things. I need them lined up and I need them playing fast. And I didn't think I did a good enough job last week at allowing our guys to do that, and that's part of my job. And we didn't do a good enough job executing on the field. But we've got a new game this week, so.
The play you're talking about, it's amateur, but it looked like two guys went with the tight end who cleared, and then when it was the right read, he was wide open. Is that the kind of play that coaches kind of go to bed and gnash their teeth about because it was right there?
Well, do you want to know if I dreamed about it, or is that what you're asking? Well, you know, I take ownership in a lot of things, and a lot of things drive me crazy. So I'll just answer it at that.
Mayfield's got a million things and maybe a million new things on his plate, you know, with the Browns' expectations this year and him being much more of a national figure and all that sort of stuff. But is that stuff that you can't even think about it? You have to manage him through, you know, staying normal in an abnormal situation.
I think he does a good job of having balance in all areas. I don't ever worry about that oozing over into football at all. He's focused when he comes in this building. He's a hard worker. To answer your question, no. I mean, I don't worry about it.
From what you've seen in Higgins in practice, does he still have that connection with Baker?
I would hope all of our guys do, but you know, they've certainly connected on some good plays in the past, and hopefully that continues.
What are some things Pete Carroll has this Seattle defense doing well right now?
Well, it's just like every year. They're playing fast. They do a great job in one-on-one matchups, and they rush the passer. That's what they do. They're very physical, and they know what they're doing.